Taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Minnesota's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. This was a fun one last year. Michigan had a big 24-3 lead at one point, but give it to the Gophers. They came roaring back in the fourth quarter. Oh, so close to sipping victory from the little brown jug. And you got to think they'll be looking to finish the job this time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they fought to the very, very end in that game last year that Minnesota just couldn't get anything going on offense until late in the game when they stormed back 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Michigan was able to hold on, but they better be ready, expecting Minnesota to come out of the gates firing early.
Yeah, they should be. They felt like they got back in it. They had a chance to win and heartbreak at the end with the field goal, but this is a fun rivalry. This is a fun physical game. Who can win the line of scrimmage? Who can run the football? That's usually a good indicator of who's going to win this football game.
Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get by.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Wow, well, the offense a play ago comes up with a big completion down the field, and they decide to go right back to another passing play to see if they can add on to it, and they were not able to protect the quarterback. Big missed opportunity.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After those last 2 plays, let's see if they can get it out of reverse on 3rd and 18. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Catch in the middle. It's Coleman. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. The inside handoff. They pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Underwood. Gets it out quickly. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Wolverines come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chain.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. Big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. He plays so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like he can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield to get the tackle for loss.
To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Quickly to the tight end. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Yards to go. Gives it on the option. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, looking for a space. That pass is incomplete.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
To throw, it's Underwood. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Quarterback on the keeper. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This has been really good for the defense. defense, too, is kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
They pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's Marshall. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to take the lead. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt tying the game, they instead want to take, and he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Yeah, and it's 4th and goal, and it's go time. I got to push people around. Look at the offensive line doing a really good job getting those guys moved back, creating a little hole for the running back, and he does the rest on 4th and goal and gets the touchdown.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the... This defense will be called on to protect this lead. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry-Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply. It's the start of the little brown jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then. You're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all of those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
You know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the little brown jug in that one.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Golden Gophers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. And the Golden Gophers will have it 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try to pop the draw. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for...
Breaks into the open. Made a defender miss. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field.
Touchdown, Minnesota! Made the grab and took on into the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Might be changing the route. To the air on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got it behind the line. It's Marshall. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Right on the money. Now the connection takes him to the 11. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Short, they keep it on the ground here. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. In the lore of the Little Brown Jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important, and it was helping hydrate people back in the day, David, so, you know, you get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little Brown Jug.
Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense is set up. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, you know, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Back to pass, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got his man on the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They're not into threes. They want 6s, and to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. They'll run for it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Going with the ground game left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, great energy in that building and a fun first half for both Michigan and Minnesota with the little brown jug on the line. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Michigan plays out.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. From inside the 10, here he comes. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead up. There he goes. Got the first down and more. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Quarterback now breaking the field. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Use the play fake, now to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's McCulley. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's top recruit in Bryce Underwood, and the key is to develop him.
Yes, because he is the future for Michigan. There is no question about it. We just saw just 2 seasons ago when you've got a quarterback who's dynamic, who's highly recruited and developed, a guy like J.J. McCarthy, the sky's the limit for Michigan. You can win national championships. That's the hope for the Wolverines moving forward.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
It's a gain of 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Rides to back and leaves it. Turning it on. Ripping through the defense. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Quick strike complete. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range. You got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Getting nothing on the last play, will they try to run it in from the 2 on 3rd down? Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan! Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they look oh so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant, David.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Taylor has it. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And man, David, you couldn't ask for any better starting field position than this.
This is as good as it gets.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And the stomping has commenced.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee and will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Military style.
He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Breaking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Looking for a gap. It's Turner. Inside the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Now he's looking to throw it. Punch it out of the air. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
27, jump!
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Touchdown, going over. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continue to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. James Madison is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Harrisonburg, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over Washington State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting...
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Minnesota. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, and you build some momentum for some future games.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff on the very first play of the next drive. Let him throw the football to try to
breaks into the open. Slithers into space. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. He might want another play. Tight end now in motion. They just keep firing. flushed out of the pocket. On the move, he fires. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And the Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's McCulley. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Play action on first down. Makes the catch. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory. Gets 15 and a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. He wants a big play here late. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Let's take a minute just to think about Minnesota. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point, but now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the scoreboard.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. Makes a man miss. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
Quarterback on the keeper. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And not much picked FBS, and for much of that time it has been controlled by Michigan. And once again, it is the Wolverines taking the little brown jug away from Minnesota. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.